Good afternoon. How are you all today? I basically told you on Saturday that I thought I'd be here today, and I am. And, we got my comments set so I can put them up on the page here. This is mainly a very short program to just wish you the happiest of holidays. It's been a wonderful year, and we look forward to hopefully continuing a wonderful year. And I couldn't do it without you. So thank you so much. Now, what you're going to see, you might not be familiar with this, but I have literally 4 team members that help me do the channel. And you're going to get a message from each one of them. And, obviously Jamie, she is the boss, CEO. And then we've got Ms. Perfection. She is Jamie's a helper, assistant. Then we have Big Orange, and he's the sales manager. And then we have Big Gorilla. Now, what Big Gorilla does is he is the boss, and if anybody steps out of line, he hits them in the head. So, anyway, let's move on here, and first we'll see Jamie.
Good morning. This is Jamie Whitehead, All Power Group and Phoenix Animal, and this is just a very happy holidays from myself, and you'll be hearing from each of the team members. Again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and thank you very much. Good morning, this is Miss Perfection. I want to wish you, as my boss Jamie told me to, saying to you a very, very happy Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Boy, I'm looking forward to 2025, so please come along. Thank you again. God bless.
Good morning, this is Big Orange, and I want to thank you for allowing me to come into your living room and sit down and just eat. But really, Jamie said, hey, tell everybody how much you appreciate them and wish them the very, very, very best holidays. So thank you. See you soon. Well, good morning. This is Big Gorilla, and I'm the person that, if you don't behave yourself, I'll hit you in the head. But today is a special day, and my boss, Jamie, has said, you better wish everybody the happiest of holidays, and that we're going to have a good 2025. If not, I'm going to hit you in the head. Thank you.
Okay, well, those were our members in the team, and you're going to have special holidays when you have it where all my team, one at a time, tells you, please have a great holiday. Hello, Coco. How are you? Thank you for being here. Coco, I like that. Anyway, it's pretty cool when we see that, we got Coco up here. And thank you for your well wishes. And I hope you're able to watch the team wish you And because you're how would you say online with me with chat, you get even a special happy holiday wishes very, very much. And now we have Derple. Hi to you. I love these names. Sometimes I think I'm not as creative as I should be, but I want to thank you. And the it just makes you feel very, very good. Yeah, I'm adding you and showing, the happy, and the fun thing with the YouTube is every day you try to do things better than you did the day before. Now, sometimes that works out real well. Other times you have it where you think that I subbed. Okay, thank you. Again, YouTube, I've been doing YouTube since 2007, and somebody say, whoa, actually, I've only really been doing it full time for the last year and a half. When I got sold a generator business because of my age, I couldn't work outside anymore in the Florida heat, and you can't be a generator guy and have it where you don't work in the summer. Hey, I take care of your generator, but I'm only gonna take care of you on, in the winter. It doesn't work. And for 20 plus years, I started the generator business in 2005. I worked for me, for myself. Anyway, okay, I gotta get a good question. So I work for myself, and it's good and bad. You work as hard as you want. And it's not when you have your own business. You're gonna sit home, and you're going to be like successful and bring in a lot of money. No, you're out working more than anybody. So loved it. It's just admit the heat was what caused my needing to find other work. So I ended up I'm doing YouTube full time, and I'm doing other things because, again, it takes a while, as you know. Now, Derple, I'm going to answer your question. My birthday is August 31st, 1949. Now you're saying, really? I never knew there was anybody that old. Well, I know, I get it. In fact, every time I have to give somebody my date of birth, I go, oh, I know you're probably not even going to believe that there's a number that low. But bottom line, I'm trying, and YouTube helps. And thank you, Coco, for saying that I'm a good geek. I know you mean great person. I do try every day, and I look at life as we're blessed to have what we have, and we have so many different opportunities. Even at my age, I got to be honest that there's a detriment in knowing that you can't do everything you used to do when you get older. So yeah, I'm 75. Okay, Derple, you're wow. Oh, wow. 2016. Wow, you must be your birthday is August 2016, so you're about 8 years old. Wow. Again, Coco, I knew what you meant, and I won't carry this too long because this was going to be relatively short, and I know you're all busy buying Christmas gifts for everybody. But anyway, what we, when I started YouTube again full time, over where we lived over on the east side of Florida, and I didn't really know again. I mean, it changed a lot from really the last time I had posted probably was in 2014. So really things had changed, and the equipment is much better. Yeah, Durple, I saw that you were 8 years old. Boy, if I only could be 8 years old again. That's great. You know, and again, I'm glad you're doing YouTube. A lot of people say to me, hey, I want to do YouTube. And I have to say to them, great idea. But you've got to enjoy what it is, and you've got to recognize that you've got to work at it every day. Now, I don't mean you have to post every day. I usually do a post or more. In fact, I used to do so many. People would go, you know, I think, you know, you don't have to do that many. In fact, it's probably where you might even feel if you do too many in one day, people skip and you have some content that no one probably ever sees. And it's really hard to know. But you try, and Durple and Coco, and I know Durple said that you're an you know, YouTuber, and I see you're in the United States. I am also in the United States. I'm in. I was in Davie, Florida, which is literally straight across the peninsula, going from here west to east. We came over here, Naples, about 1.5 years ago, and we had a building brought down because the house we bought here was much smaller than what we had over in Davie, and I had to build this out to be a full-time YouTuber. Now, Coco, you're saying your birthday is August 12th, 2024? Wow. You're starting really young. Oh, and Durple's in California. You know, California is beautiful. Honestly. When I've gone in my past job experiences, going out and seeing the Pacific Ocean, it's different than the Atlantic Ocean. I know somebody say, oh yeah, it's on one side of the country and, you know, Atlantic's on the other side. But it was different. I can't even really describe why it seemed different. The only thing that scares me about California is that might have changed a little bit, but the cost of living or the cost of buying property, but even more so, earthquakes. And I know you're saying, well, you know, we've had, and when I was out there, the limited amount of time that I was there, I was, you know, I felt some tremors, and I admit I'd never felt that before because, again, over here in the East, you generally don't have earthquakes usually. So, Durple, instead of California, you actually live in Nevada. I like Nevada too. I've hiked in Nevada. You know, of course, I've been to Las Vegas, which I'm not a gambler. I probably wouldn't be doing, if I was rich from gambling, I probably wouldn't be doing YouTube. Or I'd be doing how to get rich on YouTube. And somebody will say, well, that doesn't necessarily work well together. By the way, one thing I need to ask, and again, yesterday, what I'm doing is what they call live vertical. It's live, meaning I can fix these a little bit, maybe, you know, if you have a little bit of a problem, but if it's anything that is major, it is what it is. And I've had to because the minute I hang up, or not hang up, the minute I shut down, I have to go in and make sure, because now it's recorded, so then I watch the recording, I hold my breath while I'm checking to make sure that the audio is where it should be. And although they say to YouTube creators, don't delete anything. But what I do, if I, for example, when I go up after when I shut down here, I will check. And sometimes occasionally, I very rarely, thank goodness, the audio is terrible for some weird reason. The headset, by the way, I'm a Rode guy in the sense of having a lot of their equipment. And what what you do is that if the audio is wrong, if it's a little bit off, maybe, but if it's whatever, and you don't even know why, because you look at everything around you, the mic's good, I'm looking at my voice, I'm listening to me speak. So you would say, well, gee, Jim, it appears that you basically have all the bases, taken care of. Coco, what is my favorite song? That's a good one. I grew up in the 50s and 60s, and I have to say that there were so many wonderful British groups, and I don't want to take away from anybody that was here. But of course, I went through the first process of the Beatles and Ed Sullivan Show. And I'm sure some of this is, you'd say, what? By the way, Durble, thank you for being here. I know it says you left. I understand. You got things to do. So, in that time, besides the Beatles, there was the Dave Clark 5. There was the Yardbirds, and I'm just going from memory, but many, many great bands. And in essence, I use and listen to mainly 60s gold on Sirius XM radio. I can certainly with other choices, but I listen, and I like what you find that my dog has sharp teeth. Oh, be careful there. By the way, yeah, dogs are wonderful. All animals are wonderful. I even have a hard time watching anything unless I'm sure it's going to have a good ending. I saw this morning where there was a situation where a gentleman, I don't even know where he was, he decided to move, and he left all his animals. Now, I don't even understand that. I've said, my little Jamie, and I can go on and on and on how many different animals I've had, but you love them so dearly, and you certainly don't want to have it where, you don't treat them in the best way possible, because they're wonderful. They're there for you. They care for you. You are the highlight of their day. So, I don't know how anybody would just say, well, I've had these dogs for a while and I'm just going to leave them. Now, luckily, and I even say to people that are like my age that say, no, I'm retiring, but I I'm not going to do anything. Because I say to him, what are you going to do? Derpel, thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. But you say, how can you treat an animal not perfectly? And you always want it to be a happy ending. Now, I do admit with some of my presentations, like I did Rin Tin Tin, Lassie, and there is always, unfortunately, the sad ending that their life comes to an end. And, the biggest thing I say is that you hope that they have a great life and that what's going to happen in it's happening now, but they don't talk too much about it, but you will be able to clone your pets. Now that's, I know, very controversial, but, and somebody said, well, if I did that with Jamie, it wouldn't be Jamie. Well, I agree and I understand. But it wouldn't be where I'd say, oh, I don't love this animal very much because it's different than Jamie. No, I would love them as much as and it's just a good if you don't have any other choices, having it where you can have them again. We live, I'll probably die when I'm 80 or so, or could be tomorrow. But bottom line, most animals, in the sense of dogs, cats live longer. But dogs typically 10, 12 years, and you see them when they've gone, beyond, way beyond that, and no one wants to make the decision that even though they're, old and a little bit infirm, that, they won't make the decision to say, well, I'm going to put them to sleep before they get real sick. You just can't do that. But, the biggest thing, I had a doctor at one time say to me when I asked, I said, okay, what basically helps you make a decision when your elderly dog or cat or horse, and go on and on and on, is not doing real well? And quote unquote, he said, when the animal is not having quality of life, like every day is a battle, they hurt. And what I had with a dog, and this is the one I mainly asked the question related to, his name was Skipper. And we took him from somebody that didn't want him anymore, and I guess an old elderly person, and said, hey, I'm going to give him away. So we brought Skipper, and he was, I think, 2 years old. When he got to 10 and 11, he started having shortness of breath. He couldn't breathe. And he would lay down, on the floor, and he'd be short of breath. And it isn't where you'd say, well, I can't. I'm a respiratory therapist by background, so I really recognize breathing problems. But it was where you want to make sure you're not selfishly making a decision that's more on what you are thinking you want to do or what is really the best for them. And again, the doctor just said, when they don't have a quality of life, you've got to make that decision. I also had a cat that developed diabetes, and we had to give a shot every day, and that worked for quite a while. But it's like with anything. I'm a diabetic, type 2, which is not like a type 1, but bottom line, it affects the body, and you got to be very careful what you eat. You know, I can't sit down and have a big on, you know, you know, just got to do what you got to do. Anyway, Derple, thank you. He says, please move on. I get it. I get it. Anyway, happy holidays. And I want to thank you for being here again. And all my very, very best. I'm really excited. And take care. And again, thank you for those that were with me today. And that's relatively new in the sense of having it where, and you know, you keep trying to make everything better where you're having, anyway. Okay, Derple said, hold on, there's a chihuahua in my yard. Go chase it. Well, they're great dogs. But anyway, thank you. I've stayed here too long, and I want to thank you very much again. Happy holidays, and I'm sure I'll be here and there, and I will make sure you get a good blessing and wishes for the new year. Anyway, again, Coco, thank you very much. And, you know, when you say thank you for being kind to you, I would hope no YouTuber, they shouldn't be a YouTuber, in my opinion, if they can't be nice to people. And did you get the Chihuahua, Derple? Don't bring him in and feed him. But anyway, it's just, I'm not a mean person. I don't see any reason why to be mean. Even in my businesses, sometimes customers can be tough to deal with. But all you do is you try to do your best and always say, hey, I'll fix something that's wrong. So thank you guys, and take care very much. Bye.